If you've ever needed to send money across borders, you've probably heard of Western Union and MoneyGram, but here's the million-dollar question: which one should you actually use? Because let me tell you, there are some real differences between these two giants that could save you serious money. I'm going to break down exactly which one is better for different situations, and honestly, the answer might surprise you. But before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell because we're covering money transfer comparisons every week, and you don't want to miss out. Alright, let's set the stage. Western Union is basically the OG of money transfers. Founded way back in 1851, this company has over 500,000 agent locations across more than 200 countries. It's the largest player in the game, and that massive network is both its biggest strength and, as we'll see, sometimes its biggest weakness. MoneyGram is the number 2 contender with around 350,000 agent locations, also operating in over 200 countries. Don't let the smaller network fool you though. MoneyGram often punches above its weight in specific areas. Both let you send money online, through mobile apps, or in person at agent locations. You can fund transfers with bank accounts, debit cards, credit cards, or cash. Recipients can get their money through cash pickup, bank deposit, or mobile wallet. So far, pretty similar, right? Well, that's where things get interesting. The cost battle, fees, and exchange rates. This is where it gets messy because neither company is transparent about their pricing. The fees depend on where you're sending, how much, your payment method, and how the recipient gets the money. Here's what testing reveals. Western Union has cheaper fees for debit cards and bank transfers, but MoneyGram tends to have higher fees, especially for cash pickups. For example, sending $200 to Singapore with MoneyGram might cost you $4.99 online, while Western Union could charge anywhere from $0 for a bank-to-bank transfer to $12 for a credit card cash pickup. But here's the kicker. Both companies make money not just from fees, but from exchange rate markups. MoneyGram's exchange rate margins can be around 5% above the mid-market rate that's actually one of the highest in the industry. Western Union also adds significant markups, sometimes around 3 to 5%, depending on the currency pair. What does this mean in real terms? When you send $1,000, you might be losing $30.50 just on the exchange rate alone before you even pay the transfer fee. That's huge. Winner. Slight edge to MoneyGram for overall fees in many corridors, but Western Union wins for bank transfer and debit card options. Who gets your money there faster? Speed-wise, they're neck and neck. Cash pickups are often available within minutes for both services, while bank transfers can take several business days. Western Union has a money-in-minutes service for cash pickups with a guarantee, which is pretty solid. Bank transactions with Western Union typically take 2 to 5 business days, while MoneyGram bank transfers may take a few minutes to a complete day depending on the destination. For urgent transfers, both deliver you're looking at minutes for cash pickup, hours to a day for mobile wallets, and several days for bank deposits. Winner, it's basically a tie. Both offer near-instant cash pickups and similar bank transfer speeds. Transfer limits. How much can you send? Western Union offers different limits based on verification, level, and destination, but generally allows $10 to $5,000 using the app and around $10,000 in retail stores to chosen countries. MoneyGram allows you to send up to $10,000 online in one go for most destinations. For domestic US transfers, MoneyGram wins with a $10,000 limit versus Western Union's $5,000. Winner. MoneyGram for higher online transfer limits. Global reach. Where can you actually send in second? Western Union takes this category hands down. With 500,000 locations versus MoneyGram's 350,000, you're more likely to find a Western Union agent, especially in remote or rural areas. Western Union supports around 130 currencies, while MoneyGram supports over 90 currencies. If you're sending to a major city, either service works. But if your recipient lives in a small town or rural area, Western Union's larger network could be the difference between an easy pickup and a 2-hour drive. Winner, Western Union for sheer global presence. Ease of use. Apps and customer experience. Both have mobile apps with similar ratings. MoneyGram's app has a 4.6 star rating on Google Play and 4.9 on Apple Store, while Western Union's app is rated 4.8 on the App Store and 4.5 on Google Play. The apps let you estimate fees, track transfers, find locations, and manage your account. Western Union has a slight advantage with more payment options including Apple Pay and Google Pay for funding, plus the ability to lock in exchange rates on the app and then pay cash in person. Customer satisfaction on Trustpilot shows Western Union with a 4.2/5 rating from over 107,000 reviews, suggesting generally positive user experiences despite some complaints about fees. Winner, Western Union by a hair for app features and payment flexibility. So, which one is actually better? Here's my honest take. Choose MoneyGram if you're sending larger amounts online, $10,000. Limit is great. You're doing bank-to-bank transfers and want slightly better fees in many corridors. You don't mind potentially traveling a bit further to an agent location. Choose Western Union if your recipient is in a remote or rural area. That network matters. You want the most payment options and flexibility. You're using debit cards or bank transfers for funding. You value brand recognition and want the most established service. But here's the real truth. Both services are expensive compared to modern alternatives like Wise, Remitly, or other fintech options that offer mid-market exchange rates and transparent fees. If you have access to these newer services, you might save 50-70% on your transfers. However, if your recipient needs cash pickup in a location these newer services don't cover, Western Union or MoneyGram might be your only realistic options. In that case, I'd lean toward Western Union for its superior global reach, unless MoneyGram offers a significantly better deal for your specific transfer. That's the breakdown. Bottom line, always compare the total cost fees plus exchange rate for your specific route before sending. Both services have online calculators, so use them. If this video helped you make a smarter money transfer decision, smash that like button and subscribe for more comparison videos like this. Drop a comment below telling me which service you prefer or if you've had experiences with either of these companies. All the links to both services are in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.